Do 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 do. Hey, there's a little do 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 do. Da 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 da. Oh god, new strats. New strats. I have to learn new strats when I get back. Oh my goodness, it's Speedrun. Didn't even give me like a second. Let's see how it is. How's it going, Speed? I haven't seen you since like yesterday? I don't know why my voice broke. World record first. Yep. There we go. We'll post that to speedrun.com. Fastest person into the metric system stream. So I have this weird theory that is based on virtually nothing. That the in-game clock wow, they didn't waste time, did they? They didn't waste time at all. It's all illegal. Like, I understand that it's legal, but it's all illegal. It's all breaking antitrust laws. Verizon and Comcast and all the people. They're just paying the right people. Hey Mamba, how's it going? We already got ourselves a party, and we're not, what, 30 seconds into the speedrun. Cool. Stop overrunning things. Let's finish the speedrun today. Yesterday I made a big mistake. A mistake I've never made before, so I didn't know how to react. And so the mistake was not the big thing. It was the fact that I didn't know how to react, and I made the wrong compensations. And I ended up wasting 7 minutes. And I said, I'm not going to stand, because it would have been literally me just standing around for 7 minutes. And it's like, I'm not going to just stand around for 7 minutes to finish this run.
Creep thinks he can tame me? We shall see, my friend. I only give people what they have coming to them.
Yeah, Officer Mustache, I got to figure that out. There's 2 missions in this game that are so incredibly completely different to me that I gotta figure it out.
Guess what time it is? Oh, he's getting beat.
And we're out of there. I should make an Officer Mustache emote. Although it happened once, and we're not gonna let Officer Mustache get to us again. Maybe I'll do a speedrun as Officer Mustache. Buy myself a fake mustache, put on some sort of helmet. That would be dumb.
Hey, you! Break it up! That's enough of that! Break it up!
Speedrun, how are the new speedrun learnings going?
Go change immediately!
Aw, come on.
Hey.
Alright, let's drink a soda. We've begun to get really good RNG lately about having a bully come and knock us off of the soda machine. If you get knocked out of the soda machine, you can get into this wardrobe right away. There we had to wait for about half a second. Not really a big deal. I used to try to learn a level a day of things. It's hard, and it makes me not want to learn them. So you are a strong and vigilant man for trying what you're doing. Oh, get back here! Get back here! Get back here! We can save time with you. Turn around. Bust me. Nice. How much time do you think we saved? About 7 seconds?
Watch out, Jimmy's back.
Do 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 do.
Hey, Jimmy, let me show you. That's Russell Stalker. You know, the big ape who almost put.
I was trying to learn a speedrun the other day. In the first level, it's a half-hour speedrun. The first level is 2 minutes long. It's like, okay. And I learned it, and I got it down to about 3 minutes. Cool beans. And the second level of this half-hour speedrun is 9 minutes long. And it's a big barrier to say this one level is a third of the whole speedrun, and I gotta learn it. Well, I kind of feel like it's best to learn it in one chunk.
Come on, let's break into it and steal something. That'll teach.
I'm okay with routing. I do routing on the fly.
Don't let the prefects.
I improve things as I go, but you play games that play differently than me.
Well done.
Although actually, no two speedruns I've ever done, I would call similar in style.
Now I'm going to have to punish you.
I think I've only really learned 5 speedruns, and none of them are the same. Okay, so we're watching our trouble meter. Our trouble meter is very slowly going down.
Stop that.
And then after we get the trouble meter 0, we tap Gary on the tuchus, and we run away.
Oh man, there's that weird chick Eunice. Let's have some fun with her. Go, see what she wants.
So right now, like, I'm finding new tricks all the time, or I'm incorporating new tricks all the time in this game. And it's about, I know the goal is to get under 2 hours and 40 minutes, but let's just say for fairness sake, it's a 3-hour speedrun. There's another guy going around doing the same thing, innovating this game like crazy right now. And it's so much work to not only like do my stuff and come up with my stuff, but to watch his 3-hour speedruns and see what he does differently and see his strats and see which is better and do all the comparison. Oh, it's a job. So I've stopped.
Wanna make out?
I stopped trying to keep up to date, like fully. I let it build up for a month and then I watch.
Sheesh.
But it's I don't think there's been as much innovation in this game for like the past 3 years as there's been in the past 4 months.
Feeding time.
You've had the same strat since you started.
To learn.
A lot of people have.
Get to class.
Second place person on Scholarship Edition has, you know. if you just play solid, that can overcome the constant need for new strats eventually. Though somebody's gonna be able to play solid and do the new strats and blow things out of the water.
What are you doing in here? Oh, right. Class. Take care to follow my instructions precisely, as we will be working with volatile chemicals today. Keep up the good work. You're almost done. Very good.
This is my concentration face.
Carry on.
And concentration face done.
Future ahead of you, young man. I should give lessons.
Really minor optimization is the direction that I'm going to run after this class right here.
Through again.
It gives us the most diagonals, and diagonals are good.
You seem to be making yourself quite comfortable here, my boy.
Chemistry 1 is difficult for me. That's not even a joke. I talk about this pretty much every time, but I come from the land of Xbox controllers and Super Nintendo controllers. I haven't, really played a PlayStation 2 game seriously, or a PlayStation game seriously since the PlayStation 2. So that's like what, over 10 something years? at this point. It was probably Bully. Back in the day was the last PlayStation game I played seriously. And now I'm on a PlayStation controller. And the PlayStation and the Xbox and the Super Nintendo all have a blue X on their controller. But the PlayStation puts it in a different place because they're jerk-faced magooligers. There we go, perfect. And so chemistry takes a lot of concentration because I gotta not let my brain see the blue X. I gotta not let my brain see the blue X and say, hey, I know where that is. I've been playing QuickTime events for the past 13 years and this is where a blue X is. I use a keyboard. Keyboards are uncomfortable. You know, in 15 years when you have carpal tunnel and I don't, I'll say that's why I just suffer through blue X confusion. Nah, I have nothing against keyboards. They're just not my style. I tried Speedrunners here for the 2 to 3 days that I tried switching to keyboard, because in theory, keyboard is faster. I used to think it was impossible for a controller to beat the keyboard at world record, and it might be. I think a really good keyboard player who has up-to-date strats could seal away.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Could seal away a record away from the controller players. What the keyboard does better is the skateboard glitch, and it does it so much better. What the controller does better is turn corner, like run through doors, not bump into things. Controller is really good.
Hey, see if you can knock out the windows in that bus. Can you hit them with a slingshot?
So a good keyboard player has to overcome like just the basic movement of the character and camera. However, a good controller player has to overcome how easy it is to skateboard glitch on the keyboard and mouse. But I think a good keyboard player has a better shot at world record than a good controller player. We gotta really stop climbing in this tree. I have to eliminate that.
I didn't tell you to stop! What are you doing, you lazy guts? Get going! Why are you stopping, you damn slackers? I didn't tell you to stop! What are you doing, you lazy guts? Get
Really have to stop climbing that tree. It's costing a decent amount of time. There are safer, faster strats than climbing the tree that are less safe and less fast as chemical warfare, and I really have to decide where I want to put my energy into just getting the basics down of the slightly faster, slightly safer, or get the high risk, high reward of chemical warfare. But for now, we're gonna keep climbing the tree because we can. Woo! Because climbing the tree means we get to keep going on runs. We added the Crash Bandicoot meme to FFZ yet. I don't know the Crash Bandicoot meme. So, I know the people who made Crash Bandicoot, also made Uncharted. I just beat Uncharted 1 yesterday? Might have been yesterday. I knew going into it that the Crash Bandicoot people made that. But boy, if I hadn't known that, and I played Uncharted 1, I would have been like, this game is made by the Crash Bandicoot people. Yes! Thank you! Okay, good. I'm glad it's not just me. So the aiming gets better in the later ones? Because the aiming is terrible. But like, the animations of the excited characters are so... It's like, it's so Crash Bandicoot, not even like Banjo-Kazooie. It's worse. It's so Crash Bandicoot. And then Crash Bandicoot is brilliant and stupid at the same time, because it's that kind of mascot 3D game. You know, Mario went to 3D, Sonic went to 3D. Other things went to 3D. And Crash Bandicoot's like, yeah, we'll be in 3D, but you'll only be able to move in 2 directions, in 2 dimensions. And there's so much of that in Uncharted where it's like, okay, we're going to force you into another 2D plane. Okay, we're going to force you into another 2D plane. Okay, we're going to force you into another 2D plane. I just felt like if I hadn't known the game was made by the Crash Bandicoot people, I would have assumed it was made by the Crash Bandicoot people. Well, I'm playing on the PS4. And the auto aiming was actually hinderative. Because in some games the auto aiming helps you gets like headshots or kind of centers it. And what this one would do is it would intentionally put you near but not on the guy. And then when the guy would move, the auto aim would track. But once again, it would track near but not on. It's like, I was on him. I could be on him if you're not trying to help me right here. Because you're not helping well enough. And then the other thing that was a little bit upsetting me, it's a cover-based shooter, really, in essence. I guess you can play it run and gun. The game tries to give you achievements for playing it run and gun. But it's a cover-based shooter, and in my book, in a cover-based shooter, when you line up a shot and then go behind cover, when you come out of cover, I want my aim to be in the exact same spot that it was when I was lining up my shot before I went behind cover, not to some sort of center neutral location every single time. And so that was upsetting me too. Okay, cool. I'll definitely play 2. Well, I'll definitely play 2 now based on that's what I'm hearing. It really, Uncharted 1 made me feel like if I had played it, what is it, 11 years ago when it came out or something like that? 9? 11. It's gotta be 11, right? If I had played it back then, I would have said, boy, this is a really good first effort. I can't wait to see what this company does next. But today, because we've learned so much about game development and it's progressed so much since that game, it's like, boy, this game's not good. But I'll play 2. I want to play 2. I want to play the new Deus Ex soon. And by new, how old is the new Deus Ex? 2 years old now? Those will probably be my next 2. Off stream, I've started clearing the backlog off stream. And it's very nice. It's very nice to do that.
Score. My hair's crazy, man.
Everyone's lost their damn
Mobo, what are you playing these days?
Thanks, kid. You're one of the good ones. I learned this one from this crazy guy I served with. Now, you're getting it, yeah.
Okay, you want to make contact with that third punch, and then you want to run away. You're playing Bully? Okay. Cool beans. Such a good game. It looks so good.
I think we can call that a wrap.
Oh, I got so confused what you were talking about before, Speed. I, for some reason, when you wrote FFZ, I read Final Fantasy VII, and I'm like, what are you talking about adding a Crash Bandicoot meme to Final Fantasy VII? What is this hullabaloo you're babbling on about? I didn't realize you said FFZ. Franker Face Z. There's a little egg on my face right now.
Sorry. Sorry.
But I still didn't know what the meme was, so I'll check it out. I will check that shiznit out. What mission are we on? Oh, we are on Defend Bucky, and we have 2 firecrackers. That's a good place to be. It's a very good place to be.
Come on, Bucky, fight back!
I'm gonna make you and your
I
boy.
thought we were a team!
I can't get suspended again.
I love beating you up, Bucky.
Worst meme in 2017. Well, what's the best meme of 2017, to be honest? Momba. Enlighten me.
Now I got you.
Always get the right tool for the job.
That was super fast. I'm a little bit low on health. When do I get health next?
Damn it, kids! Keep it
Who cares?
down!
Nice to know there's a violent, crazy old man on campus.
Thanks.
That was super fast. This is one of the missions where you can surprise or save or lose just a ton of time and you don't even realize it. If I were to have splits on
No sweat.
every mission, this one would have one of the wildest swings. That one that we just did. Out of my way, little girls. Well, apparently, Mombo, you've been spared from the worst meme of 2017, which we are over halfway done with, by the way. We've been crushing 2017. Longest bullet loading screen in the game. Well, there might be a longer one right before the final mission. Right here, this loading screen is one of the few loading screens that my PC actually has to load.
Do not be.
Alright, so now we're going to experience skateboard glitching. Oh, really well, actually. Really good skateboard glitching. Out of the way.
I'll be right there. Just have to get something.
You should not have done that.
I should call the folks tonight.
Alright, so we're hoping for a good position from the prefect. It's a random position that he's in when we come out of there, and one of the positions that he can be in is in a place where you just can't dodge. Okay. We got really bad spawns there on students, so we had to hop off the skateboard for a while because there was not going to be a way to skateboard between them. No, what was up with the straight up jump there?
Oh, Jimmy, thank you. You're wonderful.
I've been wanting to do this for a while.
That was
Alright, and we got our health recharged because anytime we kiss the grill, we get a little bit of a health bonus.
That's how it's done.
But we don't want to make her think that we're an item. So we had to shoot her right away. That's actually to teleport us into the school. The first time you get busted like that, you go straight to detention. And detention is right near this mission right here. Anytime that we can have somebody magically teleport us to our next mission is favorable.
I will beat you for
Hey,
that.
hey, hey. I'm in the middle of a mission, buddy. So, your testicles, my hand, party. There we go. And now we got the easiest mission in the game. Hardest mission to concentrate, or hardest mission to read chat during. So we'll just take some donations right now.
Welcome. I won't mince words, my friends. This school needs help.
Thank you. This first donation is $500. Comes in from Zika virus. Sorry for causing all that trouble in the Caribbean. Hopefully this makes up for it.
Let down by this
Well, thanks, Zika Virus. The next donation comes from
I feel your pain, my children.
Harry Houdini.
Do not despair. Salvation
It's
is
$3.
my friend.
Says, sorry I couldn't give more, but I'm dead. That's a little bit awkward, Harry, but thank you.
You want me to beat on you?
We will usher in a new era of education.
I've got your pound cake right here.
I need to just I want to make a list of donations. I'm gonna put them in my submission video. Just have like fake donations read.
Physical
At times where it would be great for donations. I also should just learn this level right here. Instead of reacting, just memorize it.
money no longer wasted. Silly music.
That way I don't have to concentrate.
My opponent will have you believe that sports are more meaningful for your future
What you looking at, huh?
than decent textbooks and competent teachers. What have sports done for you except
Worthless.
cause pain and misery?
Who's that idiot on the stage?
While my opponent may also be more popular,
I've got a new recipe for pound cake.
good luck.
That guy has a new recipe for pound cake. I heard it. I'm intrigued. I like some good pound cake with a little bit of a strawberry sauce.
You start! You couldn't beat a fly!
Just doesn't have what it takes to be president.
Right here.
Just
Some claim I don't have
I'm always blown away by like the TV
me tell
and like the video game and the whatever portrayal
I've been beat up
of how important it is to run for class president. And class president doesn't do anything. And nobody's checking
for earnest.
to see if you actually were class president when you put it on your college application.
That's just not right. The triumph of brains over brawn.
We should be done already. There we go.
In closing,
Like, it's so important to Lisa Turtle that she becomes class president.
means a vote.
And anyone could put I was the class president of my high school on your college application. No one's gonna verify that. No one's gonna double check that. No one cares.
Nice work, Jimmy.
Let's get out of here. Okay, out of my way, people. The spawns haven't been less than ideal so far.
Yo, man. I put a costume in
Do they have like student councils in European schools? Do they have class presidents and stuff like that? Does anybody know?
Going on? Not much. I was just lying.
All right, let's do Halloween fast. Halloween's a little bit tricky because it uses a menuing system. Doesn't always work right.
Help me, sir?
Yeah, I'm game. Give me a break.
And the alternate, like, so it uses buttons that are used for other stuff. And the alternate for some of those buttons are viciously attack somebody until they hate you.
Just to let you know.
All right, let's get some good spawns.
Time to back up your track.
That was less than ideal, having a guy with a bat chasing me.
I really need you to help me, man. Man, I gotta stop being such a friend.
There we go. That should be prank complete. I saw a guy fall on marbles. I saw a girl fall on marbles.
Hey. Jimmy, I need your help.
Can we select him, please?
Get out of the way.
There we go.
All right. Thanks.
That should be 2 people. That should be 2 people. That's good. We gotta get 3 people, but you don't have to throw. You nailed the answer there, Sped.
You cool? Hopkins, I really could use your assistance. Thank you kindly.
Why am I getting crushed? Okay, now we're gonna look for a grill or a kid.
All sorted.
Gotta get new sheets again.
We must have the worst headmaster. I'm recording. How'd you like this?
Let's just get out of here. That was less than ideal Halloween. Some of it was my fault. Some of it was your fault. I blame Momba. It's all Momba's fault. Let's be honest with ourselves. Alright, we gotta go fast here. We gotta go super fast here. Because what we do in this mission affects the rest of the speedrun. It affects the whole routing. And to be honest, there was a time when I knew every possible route for this game, depending on what you did in this mission. I only know the fast route now. Like, I don't remember all the routing that you do to make up if you make a mistake here. So let's not make a mistake here.
Hi there.
Just improvise. The problem with improvising, if something goes wrong here, is that I might end up in gym class, which is a huge waste of time, or I might end up just standing around waiting for classes, which is a huge waste of time.
Follow me. We can't get in there. How can we get at the switch? Not here. Follow me.
There's a reason that I would say about half, maybe over half, of our discussions of route changes, when we discuss route changes, are inevitably about how it affects the class schedule. Because right now we're manipulating the class schedule. It makes so much of a difference in the speedrun.
This might come in handy.
I've never seen one. Quick, before it heats up again.
Some blind turning, some blind running. We did that really well. We had like 6 seconds to spare, maybe 5. But still, that's probably one of the fastest I've ever done that. So that's pretty cool.
Here we are.
So I'm going to run into Russell's range, and then I'm not going to hit towards Russell again. What I'm trying to do is stay just out of his range. When we stay back far enough during this fight, the scripting that he has, the amount of moves that he can counterattack with, are limited. When you get really up in his space, he has a lot of knockbacks and knockdowns that he can counter with. And when you get far away, he gets a lot of invincibility frame moves that... Well, we don't want him to be invincible at all, and then we don't want him to do these long attacks with lots of burrs. So... Right now, the time we're losing, I think we lost on just the candidate.
You happy now, jerk?
If it's only around 10 seconds. We lost that by letting a guy throw an extra egg during the candidate.
With
Yeah.
Russell pacified, I could be
We lost that
forgiven
all in
for
one
thinking
mission.
my troubles at Bullworth were over.
Where could we have saved
But this
time?
place is a
It was a really
rotten
good chapter 1.
one.
There was a lot of
And there's another
some
even smellier one
bad
beneath.
skateboarding due to spawns, so that was RNG. Halloween was less than ideal, too. That probably cost us about 20 seconds.
Well, Jimmy,
So I think we could get a glot of still almost 30 seconds over that, but that's gonna be like optimized glot. So that was a really good time. I'm very happy with that chapter 1.
Wouldn't let me miss class to go to the finals. He's so mean.
All right, how long ago was this meme by Speedword that you posted? 15 seconds to find it. There's Crash Bandicoot, all right.
So boring. We need like snack.
Don't have time to watch the YouTube video.
Jimmy, I gotta go. I really gotta pee.
All right, Art 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Miss.
So Art 1 is
My
like
pleasure to induct you into the world of art.
one of the only good classes in Classic Edition for speedrunning.
Oh, Jimmy, can't concentrate today.
Because there's art and English are the only 2 classes that you can just go in and be like, oops, I failed, I'm a bad boy. That's my impression of all Swedes. I don't know why I just picked on Swedes. Anyway, art and English are the only ones you can do that. Then we have shop and chemistry, which you fail by failing 3 times. And then we have photography, which you fail by dying, or you just beat, or you fail by getting busted, and then getting busted in photography will send you to detention, which means you either have to cut grass or shovel. So dying's really your option, but sometimes it can take a lot of time to do that kind of damage. And then there's gym, which you cannot fail. And those are our classes. So art and English, in theory, would be the only ones we ever want to go to. But in practice, that's not how it works.
Glad to have your...
Sometimes I just go out in the street here. It's easier to bike in the street sometimes, even though it would be
Welcome to Yum Yum.
faster to sidewalk it. Because there's going to be people on the sidewalk. You're going to get some curb differences. When you hit a curb on a bike or on a skateboard, it's going to send your thing in a different direction than you want it to.
Too bad.
Click, 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 click.
What's up? Mine.
There we go. Now we're on a bike. And this bike is better through the shortcut because you cannot skateboard on dirt except for where you can. So... Oh, that is a lot of students right at the top of the stairs. Let's just abandon that. This is going to be the fastest I think I've ever done this mission. Oh god, teacher, 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 teacher.
You better use that meat soon. The clerk said it expires.
And I love this PlayStation 3 version where things just work. Like you walk into Edna's range and he just starts talking and the cutscene just goes right away. It's not this, okay, we're going to put you in a cutscene, you're safe, but we're not actually going to start the cutscene for like 4 seconds.
And that's that.
Alright, Hattrick versus Galloway.
School rules are quite clear on this subject.
No, don't get stuck in the corner. Don't undo everything I just did. The movement in this mission is crazy. Edna will always move in the same place. Like she'll be where she was there, and then she'll be in a different place. Okay. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting terrible, terrible spawns on the students in this run. So if we do really good, that means we're overcoming this shiznit. Okay, I need you both to not be in the doorway. Good, she gave us a passage. I still don't have anything for you to spend orphans on. There we go.
Here they are. I think that's all of them.
Thanks, Jimmy.
This is my last stream for
Please.
over a week. I'll be back a week from Tuesday. And then after that, we're streaming like 5 to 7 days a week.
That's that nonsense.
I forgot that I have the Shaq emote. It's so important for Kung Fu speedruns. So important for Kung Fu speedruns. I'd say save it. See what creative stuff I come up with. Perfect. Oh, I am doing the tiny things so well.
It's just not fair.
I don't see why something like this.
That guy just stole my bike. In all fairness, I just stole his, so it all adds up.
I've got to work out late. Hi there.
See, just works. This game just works. When I told him to give her the candy, guess what he does? He gives her the candy. Now, when I leave here, she'll just follow me. These things do not work as well in Scholarship Edition. Can you redeem your orphans to force me to see the Emoji Movie? You could donate bits to force me to see the Emoji Movie. It would probably cost you about 5,000.
Here's my little secret.
Oh, Matt! Thank you with the host. Holy crap, 45 viewers?
Great, Jimmy.
Matt's bringing the thunder today.
Social circle.
Holy
Well, I
cow.
have a few uses, you know.
Yeah, it would cost you $50 to make me go see the Emoji
Smells like
Movie.
nice flowers.
Well, thank you so much, Matt. You were streaming. Wait, I know this.
And it's daddy's anyways.
Lego Batman the movie,
We
the
can work
game.
through these class issues we
No, but
have.
seriously. Wait, give me a second.
I'll work through your class issues all right, sweetie.
No, I can't remember. Hello, Grim Birthday. How's it going?
Glad that's done.
Doing a little bit of bully speedrunning. We're doing it very effectively. Just ran over a lady because she was in my way. She stopped to put up her umbrella and she get run over. And now we're gonna have to choose very carefully. Hey, thanks for the follow, Grim Birthday. Gotta choose very carefully what we want to wear, and I think we're on a good run. When we're on a good run, we buy the sweater. When we're on a bad run, we buy a sweater vest. So we're gonna go boxing now. Do a little bit boxicology. A little bit of pugilism. Hopefully we don't run into the car, and hopefully we can park our bike perfectly. So boxing is a little bit of an RNG fest. We are gonna get, there he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend, Matt.
Maybe I can use this to my advantage.
Boxing is a bit of an RNG fest. These guys are going to have the same amount of health every single time, and we're going to want to beat them in one round. But how much they block is going to dictate how easy it is to beat them in one round. So that's one block. We want to be beating this guy right around 15 seconds, but we don't control that. All I can do is hold forward and spam the punch button here. When you're playing this game on the PC, there's actually an extra punch button. It'll say, you can see at the bottom it says, hold square to punch. When you're playing on a PC, it'll say hold square or left trigger to punch. And the left trigger, I think it's actually right trigger technically, it goes a little bit faster. And it goes so fast, just that little bit faster is fast enough to stop them from ever getting their block animation up. So when you're playing this on the PC, they will never block if you hit the correct button. When we're playing this on this system, however, we're playing this on PlayStation 3, they're gonna block, and you gotta do a charge punch to break through the block. And charge your punch, of course, takes time. So we're gonna try to beat Justin with his stupid haircut and his stupid black eye. And we're hoping to beat all these guys in round one. There we go. Thanks, Matt. I think this run's feeling pretty good. But it only takes one mistake to lose like 8 minutes. But it's going really good. Okay, here is Parker. Parker has more health than any boss we will fight for the rest of the game, and he loves to block. So our chances of getting him down in round 1 is I only do it about 60% of the time. So here's hoping. We got to get these long streaks of punches where he doesn't block in order to do it. No, stop blocking. We're so close. We're so close. We're so close. Don't block again. What did I just say? I said don't block again. Yes. 1 second to spare. 1 second to spare on the first round knockout. If we don't get a first round knockout, we have to sit through a bell. We have to sit through going from our corners back to the middle again. And then they get a health recharge, which is why we really want that first round knockout. As far as like the in-game clock manipulation though, the in-game clock stops when we start boxing. And so if we, not the in-game timer, but the in-game clock, which it gets really confusing that there's both that we have to worry about. The in-game clock stops. And so that means that the slower we do the boxing, it doesn't affect how late we get out, and it's not going to affect the rest of our route if we have to fight all those guys in round 2. Now, thanks to some amazing routing of this game, that was where that mission was, and this next mission here is just up the stairs in the same place. Here's the eggs. Earlier in the route, we had to pick up some eggs.
Look, there he is.
So we would have eggs for this mission. It is required to have eggs for this mission. If you don't have them, you have to go out of your way to go to a store right now to get them. But luckily, we already have them. Very important, eggs. Keep that in mind. Everybody put that word in your back pocket, how much we're going to need the eggs for this mission. Okay, car and motorcycle and whatever. You're in my way. Take the shortcut up the stairs. And here we're going to try to park our bike while a mailbox is spawning and not crash. We just avoided the whole thing. Get out my slingshot. That way I have my slingshot ready after the cutscene. And here's why we need the eggs. Remember those eggs I was talking about? Those super important eggs? Look, I have eggs in that cutscene. Alright. That's all we need the eggs for. Just that cutscene. Hey, hey, hey.
You won't catch me, Hopkins.
Will this guy leave me alone? Will this guy please leave me alone? I'm just trying to get out of here.
I have a key.
Oh my goodness. If this guy wasn't throwing eggs in my face right now. Let's get out of here. I'm done with this. I'm so over this part right here. And we gotta get on the bike before the game says you passed. If you don't start getting on the bike before the game says you passed, you have to wait until it's done saying you passed.
Hopkins comes through.
Those are some sweet eggs. Alright. Let's go play some carnival games. The next mission that we have to do is not available right now. It's available at 4:30, and if you look at the clock, it's 3:30 right now. So we're going to do all the requirements to beat that mission. Okay, get out of my way, lady. And the mission requires us to have 10 tickets from the carnival. So we're gonna you get 3 every time you beat this, so we have to beat this 4 times. You can hear my massive button spamming. Cool thing about this High Striker game, there's 4 different games that we could play. In theory, one would end up being 2 whole seconds faster. And in theory, if you are the master of aiming with a little bit of lag on a controller, there's a shooting gallery one, which I have no idea whether you can get that to go faster or not, but you would only have to do that once. So that hasn't been tested, but we'll just do this because all this is spamming buttons. I spam X to hit this, and then I start spamming triangle right afterwards. I counted 4. Did everybody else count 4? Is anybody else counting? I'm leaving. I'm gonna pretend that I did it.
Jimmy Hopkins delivers.
And if I didn't, we're gonna have a big whoopsie-doo. Good bike parking. Even if you're a dead shot, it's slightly slower to do the shooting range. Cool. I didn't know if anybody ever tested that out, but the shooting range, we are 15 seconds behind. That guy's going to be a problem, so we'll just run him over. So we're about 20 seconds behind optimal, and I think we lost most of that 20 seconds on that eggs mission.
So, this is how you shoot.
And what I mean by optimal is if we got there 21 seconds earlier, we would be standing around waiting for 1 second for that mission to be active. If we had gotten there 22 seconds earlier, we'd be standing around for 2 seconds, so on and so forth. But we actually got there 20 seconds late, and that is because the eggs went less than ideal. Doesn't matter. We're still on a very good run. Hey J-Dubs, it's good to meet you. This is my first time playing Bully. Apparently this is a game about being friendly and buying bears for girls. It seems pretty cool. It seems pretty legit. And I've never heard of you either. And I've never even heard of this game. In fact, 2 minutes ago, when I was 47 minutes into the speedrun, was the first time I heard of Bully.
You're such a bad boy, Jimmy.
Now we make out with the rich girl. And she is my favorite girl in the game. Now we gotta find somebody to shoot. There we go. An adult. There we go. We have to shoot an adult, a female, or a little kid. So what that means is we can't shoot a just a normal high school boy. There, and what that does is that gives us full trouble meter. Or if you've ever watched GTA speedruns or played GTA yourself, it's a full wanted level. It'd be like having 5 stars, and they're gonna spawn the most aggressive cops if you do that. And so what that'll do for us is it'll get us busted, teleport us to that police station, and that police station is right next to a bus stop. We hop on the bus, and after the bus we go here and we do this mission.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah, this is probably my first time playing this game. You can ignore the fact that on the leaderboards I'm the world record holder for Scholarship Edition on console, or I'm the second place record holder for this variation that we're playing right now. This is pretty much my first time. If my skateboarding looks terrible, that's because we are glitching the skateboard. If you've ever played this game casually, the skateboard does not move well in a straight line. The skateboard does not turn well. In fact, if you ever play this game casually and you're like thinking, I might do a speedrun of this one day, you're probably gonna decide, it's probably not good to do the skateboard, because on top of not handling well, it's not much faster than running. However, we have found a way to glitch the skateboard. And if you tell the skateboard that you're always turning, the skateboard is going to accelerate to higher speeds than it can go in a straight line. However, if you tell this terribly handling skateboard that you're always turning, it handles even worse. So you're going to see times where I'll be like going straight and start going really fast, and then all of a sudden I'll just veer off into a curve, or veer off into a ditch, or veer off into a hot chick. It is the hazards of Bully speedrunning. Yeah, it does take so much to get to 5 stars in GTA. In Bully, all you have to do is attack a girl. But in Bully, there's only 3 stars, and so I guess like in GTA, if they had decided like, well, cut out this one and this one, then it would probably be easier to get to 5 stars. But also you get busted pretty easily at 3 stars in GTA as well. All you gotta do is like crash into a cop car. So we're doing this bike race right here on a racer bike. The game wanted us to pick up a BMX, and if we were on a BMX, we might be back there with all the slow BMX bikers in the race. However, we're not doing that. We're gonna hop on a bike called a racer bike, and we're gonna take 2 shortcuts. People are still probably a minute behind us. Re-downloaded Mafia 3, And finally, the frames per second is working. Oh, yeah, I heard they fixed a lot of it. I heard Mafia 3 was not great when it came out, and they fixed a ton of it. Maybe I'll give it 5 more years, and then we'll try it. I like the premise. I like the idea of New Orleans. What other games have been set in New Orleans? Not many.
Another job well done.
You failed once here because you were too fast.
Yeah.
So after we start this mission, all the bikes in the game are despawned. But we're about to go out on the beach. And skateboards don't work on the beach. So luckily we have a magic bike locker that we purchased a very fast bike for earlier in the game that can magically spawn a bike anytime we need it to. If I were to go back there right now, we could spawn another of the same bike.
Give me a hand, chaps.
That missed. There we go. Knock out those 2 guys. That'll spawn the guy with the red arrow over his head, and then we'll walk up to him and we'll do tug of war. And as long as no... I don't know what that was. Assassin's Creed.
Simple. I'm frightfully in need of your help.
I feel bad, but the only thing I know about the Assassin's Creed video game that got ported is you play as a black chick, and I don't want to say like, oh, you mean the one where you play as a black chick? What about it, Speedrun?
I'm sorry.
Think I'm dumb? Who's dumb now?
I'm dumb.
Feel sexist and racist at the same time. A very bad cocktail of dirty. But I'm not. That's just all I know about that game. Oh, it takes place in New Orleans. Alright, fair enough. That's what you were getting at. Stream delay. No, okay. So here's a mission where we don't need eggs to start the mission. The game does not require us to buy eggs for this mission. And the only way to beat it is by throwing eggs, but it gives us the eggs. So we gotta throw eggs in 6 windows. That was 3. But we're gonna do a cool little skip there. That egg is actually gonna go into one window and out another, and so that's gonna count as 2 windows. Watching the minimap, making sure it actually worked. It worked. And hopefully these guys won't knock us off our bike 50 times, and we're out of there. And I bring the bike into the yard there because if I leave the bike out at the gate, which would probably be just a little bit faster in theory, the game will say you passed as soon as I walk out of the gate, and then I can't get on this bike again until after the you passed is gone, which would cost way too much time.
So how do I do it, Pete?
Yeah, the 2 eggs 1 window actually works better in Scholarship Edition, if that's what you're asking about. That route, going in the back door and then throwing 2 eggs through 1 window, saves 10 seconds over the normal route. Here's one of my favorite tricks in the game. We have to trigger this mission, crash into the door, and then spam the trigger start button instead of getting off your bike, and that'll trigger it.
You and me, Biff.
You and me what?
Alright. This is a very important mission. This affects more than just this game. What we gotta do is we gotta defeat Biff before he goes back in time and marries our mother and opens a casino in town and ruins the economy. Yeah, that's a little bit of the subplot there. It's a very important subplot to this game.
You guys soften him up. I'll get an excellent buck.
Oh, what did the camera do there? What did the camera do there? That was crazy balls. Okay, we're gonna try to get a glitch that I'm not convinced works here. Yes, get it.
hiding behind
Okay,
your
hopefully we got that glitch. What I'm trying to do is there's a beam right behind that door.
friends.
And when I open that door, I try to grab the beam before the cutscene starts, and hopefully it means, it didn't work, that you can close this beam during the cutscene. Now we're watching to see what there's an egg thrower. There's an egg thrower.
Just run away.
If there is a guy throwing eggs, it means we can use different strats here.
You shouldn't be making trouble.
If there's no one throwing eggs, we're gonna accidentally kill his two goons that he brings out while we're doing the boxing. But if anybody there is throwing eggs, game, can you please recognize that I beat the level? Thank you. If anybody's throwing eggs, that means that they're gonna stay clear from us and we can just attack the guy straight up. Too much time. There we go.
Now, Darby is really stupid, malevolent, and rich.
Alright,
So it will surprise
so we're
none
going
of you
against
to
splits,
discover in a
which are
future
very
life
fast in
killing
those
of
first two
Tom's
chapters, and there's time to
But
save
this
in
is
these
my
last
story,
three.
not his.
So this is a
The
very
Trust
good
Fund
run.
babies
We're
are
only
in
back
control.
by
It's time
less
to
than
turn
20
my attention
seconds.
to their sworn enemies, those
And we're
greaseball
going into the
kids.
meat of the time save. So we can do some serious damage here.
So, you must be pretty proud of yourself. You taught those rich scum a lesson.
Gonna pick up some eggs right there. Gonna pick up some firecrackers right here. Cost me a few seconds, but it's definitely worth it for this chapter. It'll save more than its time spent there for having those two things. If you've ever watched a Scholarship Edition run, this is where we part ways. This is a Bully Classic. This is what existed on the PlayStations, PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. We're playing it on the PlayStation 3 right now. Scholarship Edition is going to have 4 more missions right now. That includes about 5 minutes of standing around doing nothing. This edition does not have that. And that means that our whole route for this level is different because we don't have to route in standing around. Hey Mimi, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. This level also introduces snow physics. And if you were here for my description of how well the skateboard handles before, guess what? It handles even worse in snow. So this is going to be exciting. Also, this is the mission with the famous Officer Mustache. Those of you who have been waiting for Officer Mustache. He's... No!
For me? Oh,
Gimme. Oh, crap. I hit the wrong button. Oh, God. We're gonna hit lots of wrong buttons. At least get that picture. Thank you. 100% run. I will not do a 100% run on Classic Edition. Where are they going? Okay, we gotta get out of the range of Officer Mustache. There he is.
Have you ever gotten someone else to do your homework for you?
I don't know how long their walk's gonna be, but this could be bad. Give her a present already. Perfect.
Oh,
Where's my bike? There's my bike. And the reason I won't do a 100% run on Classic Edition is that in Scholarship Edition, in Classic Edition, there's 6 classes that you can go to. 6 different school classes. In Scholarship Edition, there's 10. And one of the 10 classes in Scholarship Edition is Geography. And the reward for beating Geography for the 5th time, which you need to do in a 100% run, is it unlocks on the minimap all of the collectibles.
I'm good. That's all there is to it.
And by unlocking all the collectibles on the minimap, that means for the 75 rubber bands, for the
This gourd kid got
20 lawn gnomes and for the 50 Dungeons and Dragons cards. I know they're grottos and gremlins, but I'm translating for the rest of the world. You know, if you have memorized for the 100% run where they are, great. But if you miss just one, and you don't know which one you miss, that is not good. Because if you're going around saying, oh my goodness, I'm missing one of the 75 rubber bands, and I don't remember which one it is, you're going to go to 75 locations, possibly. Whereas in Scholarship Edition, you just look in the minimap after you beat Geography 5 and say, oh, that was it. That was it. No problem.
Well, hello, Gord. Seems like you've been messing where you ought not.
No, cousins are legal. Oh, you mean Lola?
Nice! That was super fast. Okay, I have one firecracker left, which is technically all I need.
Here's your money. See you around.
But I actually don't feel safe with that. We're gonna go pick up another firecracker. And then we have to pick up a bike here. So I'm gonna run forward. I think there were a firecracker right there. There'd be a firecracker right there, and I didn't pick it up. That's okay. So now we have 4 firecrackers. I want those for the next mission. And the bike is the fastest way out of that building. There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna do an auto scroller. That is, well, we have to get to it first. The mission's an auto scroller, but there's a lot of movement to get there first. Snow physics. Love the snow physics. Why would he just go straight into that post?
I like receiving credit.
Amigo!
Alright, we have to go save a dude. This dude is going to be attacked by 2 other dudes. And those 2 dudes randomly will be holding planks of wood. Like, they may or they may not be holding planks of wood. That guy loves to spawn there and wreck my runs. And if they are, that means they can kill this dude really fast. So we have to get some really fast headshots if they're holding planks of wood. If they're not, that means we can do some charge up and get the headshots that we need to take them out in less hits. Let's get out of there. They're both down. We're supposed to wait around and talk to the guy to tell us where to go. But the game will just say go where you need to go if you run away too. So there's a really fun glitch that I can do coming up that works on the Xbox, but will crash the PC and will crash the PlayStation 4. And I have yet to test it on the PlayStation 3, which is what we're running on right now. And I don't think today's the day, but I have to test it someday. But if it crashes the system, that means that's the end of the run. It's where I get off the bike right here, and I headshot at this guy here all the way down here. Headshot him with a slingshot, and it'll cut you right to this cutscene right here. So you don't have to do that last biking, and you don't have to do that first conversation. However,
So, Chad, honey, listen.
it'll crash your system right here. So okay, so that guy's there next. We don't need him. We're gonna be taking a lot of damage because we wanted to do Death Warp after this mission. This mission right here is normally one of the most boring missions possible on the PC, on the Xbox, because it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna defeat these guys. It's not a problem. Here we have to do this balance of taking as much health as possible without dying. Now these guys, they're terrible. They're terrible at aim. They're not good at hitting us. See, look, they're whiffing all over the place. We got 3 of them throwing stuff at us right now. And some of them just aren't even throwing things. Could one of you throw something, please? Thank you. Have they hit us? They haven't hit us yet. But later on, if we're low on health, they somehow get really good all of a sudden. And they can round a corner and they could throw a firecracker before you have a chance to take them out. Gets an egg thrower, so he does us nothing, so he can be gone. We only want firecracker people. Egg people aren't doing damage. This guy's not doing anything. And we haven't taken half the damage I like to at this point. I like to be in the yellow health right now. Hopefully this guy will do something. I'm super happy we picked up a bunch more firecrackers because it looks like we might not be taking the damage that we need to. Crap.
Good.
Crap.
Give me a minute to catch my breath.
I don't control these things. I don't control how much damage they do.
Oh, damn.
Okay, are either of these guys throwing firecrackers? That guy's throwing eggs. So he's no good to us. We take out the egg throwers because they'll just get in the way of firecrackers. This guy's throwing firecrackers. Point blank range. Let's do it. Hit me again. Hit me again, buddy. I'm a masochist here. I want you to blow things up. He hit himself. Thanks a lot, bud. What are you throwing? Guy in front. Egg thrower. So we don't need you. Keep throwing him. Keep throwing him. Keep hitting me. We need to be in red health. We're in yellow right now. You're too close to throw. 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 You guys not throwing anything? Come on. What are you throwing? What he's got? I heard eggs. We don't need egg throwers. We need firecracker throwers. Okay. They didn't do anywhere near enough damage. I've never had this much health going in it. This is going to be three hits for the death ward. That's okay.
You can thank me for saving you later.
You're worried about your reputation? Wonderful, you found him! Good job, Jimmy.
So now we got to go to photography class. And photography class is the second worst to get out of. Whenever we go to class, the reason we're going to class is if we enter class at, say, 1 o'clock, class gets out at 4:30. So it advances the in-game timer by 3.5 hours. And the in-game timer moves at the speed of an hour a minute. So we're saving ourselves 3.5 minutes by going to class, which we are. We're doing right now. We're going at 1 o'clock. We're saving ourselves 3.5 minutes of just standing around waiting for missions to become available, or in this case, waiting for bed to become available, because we need to go to bed at least once in this chapter. 15 seconds behind a deal.
Welcome to photography class. I'm Miss Phillips.
But different classes have different ways you get out of them fast. 2 of the classes, you just say, I fail. You just say, I want to fail. 2 of the classes, you have to miss your button input 3 times. And then there's this class where you have to die. And the game didn't make it easy to die. Is it going to be 2 firecrackers? That would be great. Thank you, game. Thank you. I was hoping for 2.
Well, that was fun.
Big jump!
Oh, yeah!
And then he turned the wrong way after the jump, after he hit that clown. No, don't hit people, don't hit people. Alright. Now we have a bike. A bike is going to make the snow physics a little bit less impactful, but it doesn't make them go away. So you'll still probably see me careening off into the distance a bunch. But let's start this mission. And this mission is a little bit silly, because the number of times this mission will look the same, it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't look the same twice. We gotta go do tagging. Anyone here ever play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? Pretty clutch part of that game. And they decided, let's bring it back for Bully, because we can reuse assets. That's the only reason why. Oh yeah, don't run over that kid. If you run over a kid, you get the full trouble meter, and the cops will be on you. They'll be spotting motorcycles and cop cars, and they'll try to take you out. So here we go tagging. Now tagging is a little bit interesting because this bike that I'm on right now, I want it for my next mission.
Didn't your mom teach you not to ride on walls?
In fact, I need it for my next mission. It saves over 17 seconds to have this bike on our next mission. This is a glitch right there, by the way, where he just stands and... So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to park the bike, hopefully, under the truck so they can't pick it up. So nobody can come steal it.
Great doing business.
And now we have to tag 5 spots. If you've ever watched a PC run of this game, when you're playing this game on the PC and with widescreen, you can tag the same spot 5 times. So hopefully I parked that bike under the truck so I don't have to worry.
Walk tall, don't ya? English class is paying.
That guy didn't attack me because the cop ran by. That was really nice. If this guy hits me even once here... Oh, there's my bike. That guy stole my bike. I am having terrible luck with being beaten up today. Let's get out of here. We don't need to be part of these guys. Okay, they won't steal it right there. So we did lose a little bit of time there to trying to tag that one spot and not getting it. Do need those firecrackers for a later mission. But nobody will steal the bike on this ramp, so that's another good spot to park it. And we'll get one last tag right here. And we'll get all 5. And this is what I mean. It'll never look the same way twice, because if I gotten it perfectly back there, I would have tagged 4 spots and then just tagged one more on the way. We got 3 very cleanly, and then we got attacked. So we had to stop in the middle of one tag and go to a different place that's safe. Hopefully our bike is still there. I'm going to pretend it is. I'm going to hit the buttons blindly as if it is. Alright. The reason we want that bike is that we need that bike to be near us when we start this mission. Look at the bikes that they're going to be on. If we did this right. If we did this right, small stupid BMX, awesome bike, small stupid BMX. So we're in another bike race here, and they are on 2 stupid BMXs, or 3 stupid BMXs. We're on a real bike, and we say goodbye. Goodbye. This race is not fair for them. If you're in this mission on a BMX, you're going at the same speed as them, and they're punching you the whole way. And it is Troll City. It is just difficult and terrible. But in this version, they're back there. You can look at the minimap how far they are. They're going to do some super catch-up right now, some super rubber banding. The game loves rubber banding during bike races. And hopefully, by some fun routing we got here, we're going to make them crash into trains. This probably isn't the safest route. We could be going wide. It would probably only take like an extra 1/10 of a second to have gone around the trains a different way, but that way's fun. And then we're going to be taking every shortcut we can, not because we're worried about these guys catching up and winning the race, but because we're speedrunning. So shortcuts save time. Saving time is what we're doing. So this is shortcut number 1. And here comes shortcut number 2. This guy's gonna knock down a tree right outside the shortcut, but on our route, that doesn't affect us. However, the people chasing us, one of them will crash on that tree. Now they rubber band again. They might be coming onto our screen any moment now. There they are. There you go. He rubber banded. The game let him go. The game said, okay, we let you catch up. Now you're back at the speed your BMX can go. And it lets him go again. And now it's going to speed him up again. However, these guys are going to knock over trees here to try to get me. But I might have seen this game before. I might have played this game before, so I know where to go over the trees. They do not. They all crashed into those trees. And now we have a series of obstacles in different planes, and with the snow physics, the bike handles terribly through this area. So every speedrunner has a different route that they like to take. That's mine. And then hard brake. I like to hard brake into that target, because what that does for us is that stops our bike. If we don't stop our bike moving when we hit the finish line, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going infinitely with the momentum that it has, and it's going to go off way into the distance, and we won our bike for this next part here. Although we don't need it.
Wasn't that great?
So our bike should be right there.
Hey, you! I got something for you to do.
So once in this chapter, in order to beat this chapter, you have to go to bed once. So this is where we're going to go to bed. And we're going to get hit by snow physics. Bed just became available, so our timing is fantastic. 3, 2, 1. It was less than 3 seconds between when bed became available and we got to bed. And the reason that we have to go to bed once this chapter is because we have to do this mission right here. And this mission is activated by going to bed inside the school grounds. So you cannot beat this mission, or this chapter, without going to bed once inside the school grounds. Hardest mission in the game right here. Let's hope we can do it.
You're my friend, right? I need...
Whew! We did it. We put on the reindeer sweatshirt. We are set to beat the chapter now. It's a new day. There's only 2 more missions, and we have our reindeer sweatshirt on. So let's skateboard glitch our way out of here. Hopefully we can get some straight lines. That was bad. Those students were in the way that they didn't let us turn, so we had to get off our skateboard and readjust. It's not worth stealing that bike. That's a slow BMX. And I hit a curb, and that sent me careening. Might have sent me careening into a river if I let it keep going like that. Now we're on a bike. Helps us deal with the snow physics a little bit better. We're gonna start the tenements. This is my favorite mission in the whole game. And watching, it might not look like anything spectacular, but playing, this mission has the best movement tech. Like, the better I move here, the better this mission goes. And so it just feels so good when you're learning to speedrun this game, the better you get at this mission. That car's gonna be a problem. Great bike parking.
What have we here?
And here we go. Well, we were already doing great movement. So here you're gonna see a trick that isn't gonna look like much. I'm gonna start jumping, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna stop these guys from knocking me down. If I wasn't jumping there, they would get in my way, they would knock me down, we'd have the whole ground and pound thing that they've been doing to me for the past 2 chapters.
If there's tracks nearby, you're on the wrong side of it.
Cool, there we go.
Whoa, what are you doing here?
So we got through the tenements, we despawned all the enemies, and we spawned this guy, and now we gotta beat him with firecrackers. It's the fastest way. He takes 7 firecrackers to beat, but you can only have a capacity of 5 coming into this building. So hopefully the game's gonna spawn some for us. Stink bombs. Spray paint, spray paints. No firecrackers. So our stats are gonna change here. I'm gonna lead him over here and tell him to hammer right there. to break that barrier down so I don't have to.
Let's get down to business.
And that'll save just a little bit of time. In theory, what you can do, but it's terrible for a speedrun, is you can actually kite him the whole way through the whole building
I'm just gonna collect this.
and have him break all these barriers himself, but it's not as fast as destroying him and picking up his sledgehammer.
There's stuff lying around everywhere. I can use that.
We're out of there. Nice. That mission went really well. Let's go. And we picked up those 2 spray paints there, which is cool because we're going to have full spray paint for this next mission. I am out of firecrackers, you saw, but I want firecrackers for the very next fight that we have. And luckily some spawn here in between that mission and getting that mission done. We're going to park our bike in a corner. And what that's going to do for us is hopefully make it so the bike is still there after we do this cutscene and the following cutscene. There's still activity going on all over. And people might steal our bike right now because we're in the greaser territory and they love stealing bikes.
Wow, Jimmy, you're so manly.
Done and done right.
Alright, last mission of the chapter. Hopefully our bike is still there. If it is, we will find out very shortly. If not, we will also find out very shortly.
Huh, there he is, my hero.
Where was it, this corner that we parked in? It is gone. My bike is gone. Sometimes we'll get slow BMX right here. We did not. The benefit of the slow BMX is not speed, but it's mitigating the ice physics from stopping us. And also lets us cut corners because we can go over curbs in the bike without getting wrecked. If we go over curbs in the skateboard, it's going to change our direction 100%. And by 100%, I mean like 80 degrees. Okay, we're gonna, the reason we wanted firecrackers here to do that. Whee! And the game, after trying for 3 full chapters to get us on a BMX, and every time we find a glitch or a trick or a skip to avoid the BMX, has finally succeeded. We are finally on a slow BMX. Oh my goodness. And I have such a distaste for BMXs. I'm sure they look cool when you're doing tricks. But when you're a kid and your best friend owns a BMX and you're like, let's go do this thing. And it's like, nah, because we have to wait for my best friend. Or we had to say, well, let's not invite him today because he rides a BMX. And that means we have to wait an extra half hour for him to get anywhere because it's not actually a mode of transport. Third place for top chatter. Oh man. There's nothing you could spend orphans on at the moment, Sparty. I'm working on it, thinking about it. I want it to mean something. I don't want it to be like the same thing everybody else does. So right now you can just collect orphans. You can gamble them. Okay, can we please target the last guy? Alright, we're gonna pick up some health right here. Because this guy hits like a train and he can stun lock you. Is it on yet? Yeah, it's on. Alright, so we're gonna use these strats right here. This guy is so vain that when you pour a little bit of spray paint in his face, he spends his time wiping the spray paint out of his face because he doesn't want to look stupid instead of fighting back or defending himself. So we're just gonna keep spray painting him in the face, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, you put some makeup on my face. I look dumb." And that's how we're gonna beat that fight. You know what? You look even dumber being knocked unconscious in the snow. You should have just let me paint your face.
Got it. I'm starting to feel pretty good about myself.
There we go.
I've just taken control of 2 of the
Saved
school's
almost a
worst
minute
plays,
there. That was pretty
but I
good.
know there are bigger
Some of that minute
problems
would have
just
been
around the
boxing.
corner. Problems with overdeveloped pituitary glands and brains the size of
Which is complete RNG. But some of that minute is also good stuff. Oh wait, no, that wasn't the boxing chapter. Never mind. That was a minute of pure skill time saved. We are awesome. We are fantastic. All right. So here, this mission right here is the reason why the world record holder doesn't speedrun this game as much anymore. It is so easy to get an hour and a half into this game and then lose 8 minutes in this mission. And you'd be like, "Oh, me and this mission, we're cool. We're cool. We've been cool for the past few runs." And then the mission's like, "Haha, backstabbed."
Without the key code. Okay, it's 1138.
No, I'm beating that guy up to get the code, and then I put the code in before he says it. So I was pretty much just beating that guy up for fun. We're gonna do a little bit of staggering run here. Whee! So we don't get hit in the tuchus and get stunned. Pull out my slingshot. You pick up 5 firecrackers here. Well, technically you're picking up 6, but you can only hold 5 at a time. I'm gonna start jumping now to get through there. I got hit by a firecracker, but then I got a soda right away, so my health is good.
How do you like it so far, James? This is only the beginning. Get him before he damages the transformer.
If that guy didn't say right there, "Get him before he damages the transformer," I would never know to attack a transformer. There it is. And we're out of that part. And then he tells me to break down the door. Thank you for giving me all the strats. These guys will run up the stairs and chase me. Die! So we take them out, because they'll be shooting us while we do this. So that's 2 people we don't have to worry about. You guys doing some good dodging. Have you guys spawned already? Cool. Then we'll just take you out. You are so dead. Alright, and that's all we worry about. 2 more guys are going to spawn in the upper windows on the left and the right of us. However, our shield does a pretty good job of blocking us from their damage. They've killed me once by themselves in my like 100 speedruns of this game. Those 2 guys have only killed me once, so we're going to take the risk there. Alright, this mission's pretty dynamic here. This is the same mission technically. We get a full health recharge when we run into this room, which is a bad thing because we wanna be defeated.
And you'll be sorry. Watch out! Flying potatoes!
There we go. We've taken some good damage there.
Got a present for you.
Hey, it's David. How's it going, David? We want to take 1 more hit. We're not good on damage. So I'm gonna hide here.
You think it's funny now?
There we go.
One day I'll invent a better nuclear bomb. Then you'll be sorry.
And we're out of there. It's gonna be 2 firecrackers, I think, worth of damage. I hope. If it's not 2 firecrackers worth of damage, I'm gonna have to switch to my bottle rocket launcher and use that to kill myself. I'm trying to kill myself here. I'm doing good. This is a pretty good run, it looks like. 37 seconds ahead right now, and we're still in the heart of like time save corner. The splits that I'm running against, the mistakes were in the last 3 chapters. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so we only have 2 firecrackers. That's okay. We can make do with 2 firecrackers. You need at least 2 for a glitch that we're gonna take advantage of later. In the next mission, in fact. So we die right after that mission, and that saves us so much time. I'll show you when we're going back to where we would have been kicked out, as opposed to where we kicked out because we died at the end of the mission. And you'll see how much of a time save that is. It's crazy. But for now we have what might be the longest trip in the game. And if it's the longest trip in the game, you don't want to rely on your skateboard glitching if you have a controller. So we're just going to get a bike as soon as possible. And bike the rest of the way. These missions where the mission starts at the school, but the actual mission takes place on the other side of the game are kind of a speedrunner's nightmare. Like, why did you make me go to the school? The last chapter has really long trips throughout, but it has this really great flow from Progressive, where I didn't tell you to get back on that bike. Where when you finish a mission, the next mission starts right around where you are. So it's very nice. You do have to take a tour of the entire game. Several times, actually, you have to tour the entire game, but it's all based on the mission. Oh, I thought I had I thought I had a way different weapon out than I did. I thought I had the potato gun out, so I was like shooting tiny little pebbles at them.
You gotta get us out of here!
And I very intentionally grabbed a soda there. I want full health for this next room because I'm going to be putting my body in serious risk. This is the most dangerous. We're going to be doing a trick right here. I pointed out before, but when we jump, we reduce our chance of being knocked over. And now we're going to do a glitch. A very fun glitch. Where we're going to blow ourselves up. So we just took 2 firecrackers worth of damage. Oh crap, we're not going to have the right camera on us. So normally we'd have to bring the size down on 3 guys there, but the game, in order to work the camera, the game puts Jimmy in the same room as them, and forgets to turn off his buttons. So we just throw 2 firecrackers at them. Hopefully we take all 3 of them out, but sometime one of them regains health. Like that happened there. And then you have to take out one of them guys with the scythe minigame. Here I actually have to go a little bit slow to make sure that the guy following me makes it all the way through the door. Pull out my potato gun. And it's time to go to the best part of any fun house. I know whenever I go to a fun house, it's like, boy, that fun house is gonna live and die by how good their mine is. And this mine is top notch here, so this is probably the best fun house you'll ever see.
Thanks.
I'm getting hungry. Anyone else getting hungry? Should we take a food break?
Come on, Charlie.
So I run at these guys with the potato gun. One shot of the potato. Takes out 2 of them. One of them it takes a shot from a potato. And a pizza sounds great. Pizza always sounds great though. What do you think about pizza? The only time it doesn't sound great is when you've already had pizza for 2 days in a row. I am looking in the background right now, scanning for people that I can attack. We need to shoot somebody. Oh, there we go. We got perfect right there.
My work here is done.
To spawn cops, to bust us, so we can teleport to downtown. Downtown is right next to a bus stop. We lose all of our weapons when we get busted there, but luckily we don't use any more for the rest of the chapter, really. Or don't use any more that the game doesn't give us. And we can get busted again right now. So hopefully there's a good prefect spawn.
Tell me you did not just do that.
That little jerk's mine.
Grab me, anybody grab me.
This morning, I woke up
And because it's nighttime, instead of taking me to class or detention, they'll take me to bed. They say, you're naughty because you're tired. You go to bed, young man. And I say, okay. The first glitch I found was the torch glitch. Torch means something in David's country than it means in my country. In the United States, torch is like a piece of wood with some hay or some gasoline and a rag at the top that you light on fire. In Great Britain, torch is another word for fleshlight or masturbating device. Ah! The biking was so good and then it wasn't. Nicked the corner of that building. So this is where that one mission kicked me out, and I had to go all this distance to get to it. And I'm glad that Speedrun has an emote that he deems appropriate for fleshlight jokes. Alright, now we're going to take a photography tour of Bulworth. This is going to be very exciting. I'm going to show you all the sights, people. I thought I cleared that guy. I thought I made it over him. Too bad. Alright, first we're going to take a picture of the old basketball hoops. They're a little bit dilapidated, but they date back to 1950, when Sir General Bulworth first built this school. Next, follow me. We're going to go to the women's dormitorium, where we're going to take some very exciting photos. I'll read that in a second, David. Concentration time. We are in the middle of a stealth mission right now, by the way. So let's see how much I stealth. I actually stealth more in this stealth mission than I do in the rest of the game combined. Oh, she's going! She's going! We gotta go fast! We gotta catch up. We gotta catch up. We gotta catch up. Gotta steal, eat. Gotta eat to live. Tell you all about it when I got the time. Alright, now we're gonna take a very fun picture of the old steam-powered showers.
Now I'm ready to dazzle everyone with my charisma and popularity.
Oops, we accidentally took a picture with a cheerleader in it. We'll just Photoshop her out of there, so you can see the showers later. And now, very important, we gotta take a photo of this doorpost. Oh, come on, you said green. There we go. Once again, we accidentally caught a picture. We caught a bit of a cheerleader shaving in the background. And nobody wants to see that, so we'll Photoshop that out later. But that concludes our photography tour of Bulworth campus. I hope you enjoyed the old gym, and the steam showers, and that doorpost. And I hope you're not bothered too much by the pictures of the cheerleader in inappropriate poses during all of them. Okay, I'll be able to read your post, David, as soon as I turn in this mission. Oh god, ran over a little girl. That's gonna spawn about a bunch of people. Leave me alone, let me turn the post. If you throw a stink bomb, light a firecracker, and then walk in the area of stink bomb. When the stink bomb runs out, the firecracker will remain lit, and you can run around with it. Oh, cool. I think there's, I've learned lately from chat and from horrible accidents happening to me. Okay, I'm busted. What does that do? Is this shop 1? Okay, we'll deal. We will actually deal with this. That was a mistake, and we're gonna go.
Go stand over by the
Could you get me through the cutscene though? Come on. This is why I don't like to go to shop. This is how long it takes to fail shop. Will you stop walking to the bike? Skip the freaking cutscene.
That ain't right. Do it again.
This is why you don't go to shop. And Piston keeps telling me, oh, well, just go to shop. Just go to shop. This is so long right here. I think we've wasted over a minute here. But I still want to make it up. I think we can still PB even with this.
You're just not cut out for this. You're pretty
Shop is so long to fail. How to get adults arrested. Yeah, I know that glitch. Okay, so shop kicks us out in not the worst place ever. So we're not going to worry about it. We lost about a minute there. That was really unfortunate. It's because what happens in this game is you get these people, and look at their spawn distance. It's really not that far. And then when I'm turning these blind corners, sometimes I'm going to run over them. And if you hit a little kid or girl, you're going to get a full wanted level. And that's going to cause trouble. Great bike parking. We're already making up for it. We're doing really good movement. So the reason I have to grab a bike is that we're actually going to glitch the game again. So here we're going to do a glitch. The game has a mission for us right here where we have to defend a barricade. Probably why the part of the Michigan is called Defend the Barricade. However, it's impossible to succeed. You cannot do enough damage or kill enough people to actually defend this barricade. So instead, we wreck the barricade ourselves. The only way to do that is with the bike because they were clever. They said, hey, you can't use weapons to defend a barricade, but we'll never expect you to go through that little hole there and defend it or and break it down with a bike. Out of my way, Bucky. So that triggers this part of the mission. Where we have to defeat these football players running with baseball bats. There's other guys too, like guys in baseball caps, and they're shooting stuff at us. And it's good if we take them out because they can knock us off our machine here, but it's not necessary, and eventually the nerds will run out and help us. But all we really have to do is hit these football players. This guy's doing a good job of staying alive. And the nerds are not doing a good job of running out and helping us like I'm used to. And we're out of there. Okay, here's where we can make up all the time that I lost on that getting busted. Is this mission right here. And in fact, getting busted might help us because it's going to put this guy in a different cycle of his route. This mission has been trolling me like crazy since I picked up the PlayStation 3 version. What we have to do is we have to bug a guy until he wants to go one-on-one with us in a battle. And until he decides to go one-on-one with us in the battle. Perfect. Until he decides to do that, we're in an open field with authority that can bust us at any moment, and a bunch of football players that want to just straight up murder our faces. But we got him in the best position possible because he was in a different place in his cycle because we got busted earlier. So we've already made up all that time that we lost. And now we're going to do a very controlled fight with this guy. And it's going to look like it's super easy, but you should come and try it. It's not. What we're doing is we're doing a 3-punch combo, and then we're backing up, charging a shot, and taking a shot at him with the slingshot. While I'm backing up and charging, I'm looking to see what his reaction is, and that's going to make 100% of a difference into how quickly I go back in. If he's punching me, I go back in as soon as I hit him, and I release that slingshot as soon as I can. If he tips his head down like that with his horns, I charge my thing a little bit longer, so the charge actually stuns him a little bit, and I wait longer to go in, because if I even touch his horns after he's done the attack, he's gonna become invincible, and there's nothing we can do about it. Let's pick up that soda. Yes, I picked it up.
Sometimes you just gotta take the bull by
It's
the
good to pick up
horns.
that soda if you can at the end of the mission, because we were pretty low on health, and in this next mission, we're going to be letting some guys take some free shots at us with a baseball bat. Less than ideal. Less than ideal.
That's how it's done.
Alright. My least favorite mission in the game right now. Hey, For Show! How's it going? What are you up to these days? And my reasoning for this being my least favorite mission is that there's going to be a part in it that is the least consistent in, like, the whole game. I'm doing good. This is a good speedrun. We did just lose a minute, but then we also just saved a minute, so I think we're probably about even for this chapter. I'm hoping to shave some minutes off this speedrun.
I think I've got some mayonnaise on my pants.
It's crazy with a 2 hour, 40+ minute speedrun. Like how hard it is to save time. You think, well, you've got 10 missions per chapter. If you just save 10 seconds per mission, it'd be really easy to shave off a minute, and that's not how it works. Alright, skateboarding is not going with us. We are glitching the skateboard, so we go way faster than the skateboard can technically go, but at the same time we're sacrificing control, and this skateboard didn't control well in the first place. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to the skateboard, hop on a bike, so we get even faster than the skateboard. Oh god! That's probably the worst thing I could have done right there. There should be a trash can right here. Oh, and there's a cop guarding it now. If that cop hadn't spawned right there, I could have just hopped in my trash can. And hidden. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get in a trash can to get this wanted level off of me. And it's not working. That's what happens when you hit an adult. We'll just stand in this building right here. Ooh, mistakes were made.
Yo.
Mistakes were made. Cool. Now we're only wanted because we're skipping school. Where's our bike? Yeah, there was a time loss right there. Anytime you hit an adult, the cops are going to go hardcore at you, and you can't just stand around spray painting pictures of cheerleaders. In all fairness, spraying over pictures of cheerleaders, trying to make the town cleaner. What a hit, Tiptoe hit Zoe. In all fairness, that hitting Zoe probably would have only cost me 10 seconds if I knew the backup strats. Which I didn't at the time. Alright, here comes the least consistent part of the game. We have to spray paint this thing right here. It's going to be 50-50 as to whether the game even lets us start spray painting. And then it's going to vary onto how much these guys are going to attack us. But if we get to start spray painting, and then they attack us, we get to run in this building here, and then they don't care. They don't care if we spray paint it in front of them anymore. So that's the second best thing that can happen. The game actually lets you spray paint, and then they actually attack you. The best thing that could happen is the game lets you spray paint, and then they don't attack you. The worst thing that could happen is that the game will not let you spray paint. You'll just be hitting the spray paint button over and over and over again, and the game won't let you spray paint.
Seems like there's just no...
And when that happens, you're wasting time, and when you're wasting time there's a guy going around putting up more posters. And if we let him put up more posters, then you have to go put more things up. So we want to be starting this next mission 10 minutes before we want to split. And we're right there. We're right there. We're right where we want to be on our splits. So we did lose that time running away from the cops there. Should have just got into that door in the first place. But we're right on time.
Oh, you are the sweetest.
So maybe we can save some time in Chapter 5 and still come up with a PB. And that would be great. I want a PB. I want a PB, and I want a PB on these splits because we can totally crush the time. We could save 2 minutes on this chapter. So how great would it be to get a PB and know we could save 2 minutes on this chapter and know we could save a little bit of time on every other chapter.
All sorted.
Ah, it would feel so good. Okay, that was skateboarding on grass. That's slow. This is the only time in the game that the game forces me to skateboard my way to this base to activate this mission. This base is where most of the missions start in this chapter, and it's just so far out of the way. It's still on the school grounds, but look, I started on school grounds, and I'm still going, and I'm still going. I still haven't gotten to where this mission is. I swear that this place is further than most of the places outside of the town, outside of the school, when you have to go to town. All right, here we go. Big game.
Yes, candy from
Big game
Ohio.
consists of doing 5 errands and then a boss fight. So we're going to try to do the 5 errands in the fastest way possible. It's going to start off by showing us how to do the bull dance.
Okay, here's the mission.
And if we do this mission right, we'll never have to see the bull dance again. It's a little bit RNG and a little bit skill, though. A lot bit skill. That'll add up to whether we have to see that again. And I'll point out when. All right, mission number 1. Oh, by the way, we have 5 errands to do. And only in theory one of these errands would work. So, errand number 1. There's a ball with a firecracker taped to it. And we have to go plant it. Alright, we did it. Now, small fact. If you were to just tape a firecracker to a football, and somebody throws that football,
You should come this way. Interception!
it's not going to explode on impact. It just won't. That's not how these things work. Alright, next mission. We gotta put glue
Go create a sticky situation
on some benches to trick people into sitting on them.
Sticky situation.
Now there's a fun little thing that might happen here, so I'm gonna explain it right now. There's an animation for me gluing the bench. And if these guys attack me while I'm doing that animation, these enemies that we have right here, they're gonna knock me off of the animation. But the bench is gonna count as glued, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing if they attack me right now. Which they didn't. They're just standing around like idiots. One too many hits to the head. And that guy misses. So we don't get to see it once. Alright, here we go. Oh no, he sat in some wet glue. He can't get up now, because that's how fast glue dries and how strong it is. Now here's my favorite doesn't work errand right here. Hey! Memes user! Thanks for remembering. I'm glad that my thing is a meme. Thank you so much for remembering. Really appreciate it. And I really appreciate Matt for the host. He is a fantastic streamer.
Jocks keep their game sports drink in a cooler. Go urinate in it. Enhance it if you will.
Alright. Let's go. Let's go pee in a cooler. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to avoid doing a bull dance. And the way that we're going to do it is we're going to move so fast that we're going to turn these guys' heads to look in a different direction than they're supposed to be defending. And then we're going to try to run around them.
You still any good, mascot?
There, we did it perfectly. So now they're looking at where we were coming down the stairs, and we got so fast that we were able to pee in the cooler, even though they're right there. And we didn't have to do the bull dance. And now we're out of here. And now, in all fairness, I mean, we've all peed in a cooler at some point in our lives. Nobody can tell. Nobody can taste it. This guy's not going to take one sip of the Gatorade, full of Gatorade, and then like some of my pee and probably some other people's pee. Because, come on, you see an open cooler, you pee in it. That's what you do. And then gag right away. He's not going to taste it. Gatorade looks and tastes like pee in the first place. It doesn't matter.
But the rewards are glorious. Cut the crap, Melvin.
But he does. Takes one taste and he's like, oh my god, that doesn't taste like perfectly concocted Gatorade.
Alright.
Alright, here's the next errand. That doesn't work. You don't have a Gatorade emote? Yeah, see? For sure does it all the time. No one notices. Also, throwing marbles on a football field. These guys are running around grass with cleats on. Stepping on a marble might hurt. It might hurt their shoe. It might hurt their foot. They're not gonna slip on the ground like you would on a solid ground running with normal shoes. Alright, we found a glitch recently that I'm not gonna do right now. For this next mission, this next errand. And by we, I mean I did. I'm gonna take credit for once. I give the royal we to half the games that I speedrun. To try to make it sound like there's a community. However, for Bully, there actually is a community. So I don't have to say the we found this and we found that and we're trying to do this, because there actually is a community for Bully, and so there is people doing that. So I'm going to take credit for this one. If you go into this box here and you activate this trigger the way you're supposed to, and then you start the bull dance, during this cutscene right here, instead of watching this cutscene, you're going to have control of Jimmy, and you can run around, and it's still going to take the same amount of time, but you can run around and you can beat people up. And while you're doing that, that's going to reset the placement of the guys in this boss fight. Now, resetting the placement of the guys in the boss fight could mean that we start with 3 explosives right away, and we can beat the first wave in 10 seconds. It also could mean that these guys are beating us up when we start this fight, and the quarterback is in a position that we can't hit him and is invincible for the first 2 minutes of this boss fight, which we found the fun way. We actually found out on our PB, which makes it pretty exciting, that we think we can probably save. I think I can probably save time. There I go saying we again. I think I probably save time in this chapter pretty easily by not doing the glitch and getting standard results instead of just losing time to doing this glitch. But it would be cool to figure out how to actually manipulate that glitch and figure out how to manipulate the stuff we're doing on the field. I'm trying to knock that guy over right there. That's why you see me keep dashing. Perfect. Throw it, throw it, throw it. There we go. So now we have to dodge 2 guys. We were dodging 1 guy that whole time. And it's not that hard to actually dodge them. For Tammy's! Thank you so much for remembering. The hard part is running routes where we're dodging them and nobody's getting hit by the football when the quarterback throws it. Not us and not them. Like, see that football exploded on the player that was on the ground there. And that football almost hit those guys chasing us. Let me up, let me out of here. Oh my goodness. And I'm very low on health now. Look, good thing there is a soda right there. And we're out of there.
You play with a short field, moron.
Jimmy, take out the captain and take out the team.
Cool. Chapter done, but there's a very long cutscene and loading screen right now. So we're probably gonna lose time this chapter.
That's right, losers.
Probably gonna lose time this chapter. I don't want to.
So here I am, suddenly the king of the school. I never meant for things to turn out this way.
They have the auto follow up and running.
And be left alone. But now I guess I'm certainly going to live the good life.
So we finished that chapter with, I thought, 20 seconds to spare. And we still haven't split yet. We're 10 seconds back. 13 seconds back. We're still on PB pace, and we can save time this chapter. And this is my favorite chapter of the game. It flows so well. It flows so well after the first 30 seconds. I'm again so excited about how well it flows.
Hey, Darby.
Hey, Johnny.
You know what? We're gonna try new strats right now.
Jimmy, forgive me, but
New
I have
strats.
to go.
Okay. New strats. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Faster. Faster. New strats hype. New strats hype. That's fine. That's fine.
Nice slam.
Stay there, bike. Leave the door open. Leave the door open. One, 2, 3, 4. The new strats cost me 4 seconds, but I did crash once. And I also didn't decide to do it until later. Alright, we're going to chemistry now. And we're going to intentionally fail chemistry. Hi.
Creative now, and for God's sake,
Yeah,
don't
I already started it, but then I got caught up because I think your work was probably some of those charges I didn't know. So.
keep your mind on what you're doing. Pay attention.
My recent followers are auto followers? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. They're people that are super hype to be following speedrunning and bully.
Have the makings of a chemist.
Stop trying to take away. Your apologies are not accepted, and your lies are being sent to the commissioner for review. So I don't think we have to lose the 4 seconds grabbing that bike. And is it still there? It's still there. I think we're also going to save more than 4 seconds by already having it.
That is funny, Jimmy.
Shoot! You might be onto something, David. Is my bike still here? Okay, let's not run over that prefect that was right there, and let's not run over these little kids and girls that are all right there. And now we already have the bike for this part. This is pretty hype. We're gonna change our route then? I think I like this new route. Hey! See, that guy's not an auto-follow. Who's been talking in chat? Oh, that went so much smoother. That saved 4 seconds on its own. Okay, that did not. We missed the marbles. I need the marbles there. Grabbing those marbles save us so much time later on. However, those marbles can be rooted out. All I have to do is learn a trick that every other speedrunner at my level knows but me. Okay, that cop is just in a bad place. I didn't want to run over the cop. I don't want to have a wanted level trying to climb this ladder right here. It's pretty bad. Oh no, that was an auto follow from For Show. No. No, Speedrunner, don't auto follow me. It's all over. My ego is... So these people are like following 400 people now? That's what? I think that's... like 325 more people than I follow, and I've been watching Twitch for like 4 or 5 years now. In order to get on my follow list, I have to either have really enjoyed your streaming, or you have to speedrun a game that I love, or you have to come into my channel and ask me to follow you. Those are the people that I follow. Alright, we're gonna take use of a thing right here. You do not take fall damage if you're already on your skateboard when you fall off something. That was actually a really good menuing right there. Yeah, Speedrun is gonna rock the auto follows from all of his super popular speedruns. Has anybody ever heard of the game Rule of Rose? Or Tulip? Or Lifeline? Or something something Ultra Despair Girls? I love how popular his speedruns are. Danganronpa? No, that's something else. I don't remember who despaired all the Ultra Girls. I'm sorry, Speed. I fail. I fail at being a Speedrun fan. I forgot Gregory Horror Show. And P94X. P90X. You speedrun P90X. I knew that too. But you don't speedrun that one right now because you don't have the right controller for it. Well, for all those who are new here, right now I only speedrun Bully. I'm taking a break from everything else. Nice. You all dead? They're all dead. But once I get Bully where I want it to be, I'm gonna before I speedrun, and I am gonna bring back Wet, which is just a fantastic speedrun. I speedrun. Actually, Gunpoint's really watching David speedrun Gunpoint's one of my favorite speedruns to watch. It like genuinely. This isn't me just kowtowing to people in my chat. I love watching him speedrun Gunpoint. I speedrun Wet. I speedrun a game on the Kinect called Kung Fu High Impact. And I speedrun a fighting game called Dive Kick. I used to speedrun Pokemon, and you'll hear my distaste for speedrunning that game. I really enjoy the people who speedrun it, but it is not my style of game to speedrun. And I used to speedrun a game called Assassin's Creed China. I think it's exclamation mark speedruns. I don't even, like, I dislike Pokemon so much I never even submitted a time. But as far as Bully goes, for who I am and why I matter, if I do, if I exist and if I matter, I am the world record holder. Bully has three different versions now, but one of them nobody has ever done a speedrun. But there's Bully Classic, otherwise known as Canis Kingdom Edit in Europe. Oh god. Oh, I didn't take damage. I gotta be taking damage right now. I'll take damage elsewhere.
Oh, Jimmy, thank you.
What happened, man?
And then there's Bully Scholarship Edition, which was what was released on the Wii, the Xbox 360, and the PC. And later, through backwards compatibility, the Wii U and the Xbox One. And I'm the world record holder for Bully Scholarship Edition on consoles, which is a different run than Bully Scholarship Edition on PC. I'm the 4th place record holder for Scholarship Edition on PC, and 2nd place record holder for this version right here, which is Canis Kingdom Edit or Original, which is on PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. So we joke around a lot about me being a scrub and stuff because this game goes so horribly wrong so quickly. But I do know my stuff. And we have a very nice community, very growing community all the time. And there's lots of new like skips and tricks that we're finding all the time. Really a fun speedrun, great community. Actually not submitted a PB for Gunpoint or Half-Life Old Engine yet. I know you can do better. See, that happens to me too. Sometimes I'll do a run. That guy just ran over a cop. I think I'll probably be in the clear for a while they're arresting that guy. I do that too. Like if I do a run and it's like, man, I'm gonna do that run again in like the next day and I know I can do better. Then I don't submit it. And I don't highlight it or save it. Okay, we gotta pick up some stuff here. We need some stuff for the rest of the level. That's right here. And so then you get things like when I did my bully, crap, blind corners. I'll tell you what, blind corners are rough business. There could have been a car there, and there could not have been a car there, and there was this time. I never submitted a time for my bully 100% run, which would have been the second place time, because I'm like, I did my 100%. It was my first ever 100%, and I'm like, I made 2 hours of mistakes. I can shave 2 hours off this, and I will. And guess what I never did? Another 100% run. I love this mission we're on right now. We're going in with low health. It's pretty important. So we can die right after we do it, which will give us a nice teleport. You'll see different players do different strategies here. Here I bike all the way to the end of this road because I'm gonna teleport afterwards, or I'm gonna death warp afterwards to get out of this area. But other people will abandon their bike on that dirt road because they're gonna want their bike later, and it's not fast to go back and get it. We are now on a stealth run. 100% run, my time was 12 hours. It took me 16 hours to do it due to crashes. The PC is not stable. When you play this game on Windows 10, be prepared to save a lot. But my time was 12 hours. I could have saved 2 hours. I think the record is around 11. So we're gonna use this guy as a fullback. We're on a stealth mission right now. If anybody spots us, we fail. So we're just gonna follow this guy because nobody's gonna pay attention to that guy. And my heart was beating the whole time we do that because it's a lot riskier than I make it look. I was really nonchalant about that, but that strat that I take there is by far the riskiest successful strat. You could obviously do riskier strats that are just stupid and aren't successful, but we're still in a stealth mission now. So we're gonna wait a second. There's some GTA fancy stuff you can do there to despawn that guy. Doesn't really work that well, so I'm not gonna risk it right there. And now we're out of the stealth. We're done stealthing. You'll see that the game put us in stealth once in that whole stealth mission. And the very first thing we did was turn off stealth. But 100% run, my time was 12 hours. I can save 2 really easy. And just recently, we had a guy route 100%. We didn't have a route for it, and I'll explain that in a second. But we had a guy route it, which is huge, and he theorizes we can do it in 8.5 hours. However, his route doesn't take advantage of some new skips that we found since he started routing. And these skips are huge for a 100% run. These are skips that are 100% worthless, these glitches, for any other category, but for 100%, they're huge. And so technically a sub 8 hour is possible. So it's really exciting. But the way 100% works is that there's classes. You gotta go to classes. You gotta go to, there's 10 classes and you gotta beat each class 5 times. And each time you do it, it gets harder. So you gotta beat 50 classes. And classes are very specific times of day. There's a class at 9 and there's a class at 1. And so you can't miss them, because if you miss them, you have to wait 5 days for that class to come back around.
That's it. I think you'll be able to help me if you want.
So the way that the 100% run works is you go to school and you go to class. Yeah. I think it took me 10.5 hours last time I played the game casually. By the way, I've said many times you cannot skateboard on dirt road. For some reason, this dirt road is coded as paved, so we can skateboard on it right there, which makes the strat that I have viable. Because otherwise you'd be running and it wouldn't save time to do this strat. So you go to class, and then you get out of class and you're at the school, and then you go do stuff. And then you go to class, and then you're out of class and you're located at the school, and then you go do stuff. And then you go to bed, and then you wake up, and you either do stuff or you go to class. And then when you're done with class, you're at the school, so you leave the class, so you do stuff. And so that's the reason that there's not a route, is because it's like, well, every 4 minutes, I'm gonna be back at the school. And then every 4 minutes, I have to decide after leaving the school what I wanna do, because I just gotta go do stuff to keep ticking up the 100% meter. And you gotta do missions, and you gotta collect collectibles. And during doing the missions, hopefully you can collect a few collectibles. You gotta unlock outfits. You gotta win races. You gotta do errands, run errands for people. And so there's all this stuff you have to do for the 100%. But you're gonna keep just being back at the school. And so that's why there wasn't really a route for 100%, but there were runners. Because it's like, well, I mean, there doesn't need to be a route. It doesn't matter where if I play this arcade machine now, or if I do these 4 errands. Because the next time I go to school and go to class, then when I leave the school, I could do the other. And so there wasn't really a route, but now there's a route, and it builds in collecting collectibles when you do this stuff. One of the most important things to do in a 100% run. Okay, don't hit Zoe here. This is how we failed the run yesterday. There we go. We've already done better on this mission. But one of the most important things to do on the 100% run is use an out-of-bounds trick that we have and unlock the go-kart right away. Now, people will tell you to get 100%, if you go on the internet, it'll tell you to get 100%, can you please get on the bike, of this game, you need to... And we're going to go full speed here at Franker Z. He's going to cut our momentum and let us hit that last porta potty at full damage, but without momentum, so we don't fall off the bike. But they'll tell you to get 100% online, you need to ride on your bike for 100 kilometers, run for 50 kilometers, and skateboard for 50 kilometers. But there's more than 100% of stuff to do in the game. So if, in theory, the game stops counting after you hit 100%, but we think there's around 105.1 around. We think there's about 105.1% of things you can do in the game. So what we cut out is the distances on the bike, the distances on the skateboard, and the distances on foot. Because if you just go-kart all of those, you're going to save far more time, and you can still hit 100%.
There we go. Done.
And so that's how you do the 100%. And so there is a route. And I may or may not learn the route. I'm definitely going to learn from the route. And I will bring back 100% at some point, but it's not going to be on this edition. This edition has less missions. This edition has 4 less classes, which means you're going to 20 less classes over the course of the whole run. However, every class gives you a reward. And the reward for a class that isn't in this version of the game is unlocking all the collectibles on the minimap. So you have to collect 75 rubber bands through the run, and if you're on this version of the run, and you collect 74, and you're like, I could have sworn I collected all 75. Okay, for sure. Thanks for hopping in. I'm gonna be on vacation after this run for a week, and then I'll be back, and it's gonna be all bully all the time after that. But yeah, so if you collected 74 rubber bands, you're like, I could have sworn I collected 75. I don't know which one I'm missing. And you look at your list and you're like, I don't know which one I missed. All of a sudden, you have to go to 75 locations to figure out which one you missed. And you don't have to do that on Scholarship Edition. All you have to do is like, okay, well, I'll beat this class in an hour or so. And when I beat that class, I'll see which one rubber band I missed, and we'll go and get it. So that's the story of 100%. 100% is very interesting. I want to be running 100%, but I'm not going to run any this year, because right now I'm locked and loaded on the PlayStation 3 version, which has different controls and responds differently, and I don't want to get confused between the two right now, the different versions, and I'm not going to run 100% on the PlayStation. This mission right here, this is my routing. People used to do fancy route. This is a stealth mission technically right here. But because we are in... because we are in the outfit that we're in, the people can't see as far. No! We hit those boxes. We hit those boxes, and because we hit those boxes, we didn't get the momentum we needed to be on the skateboard and get out of there. So we had to take an alternate route. Oh well. Lost just a few seconds to that. If anyone's thinking of picking up the speedrun, this next part right here you have to be very careful on. What we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of a bunch of burning trophies. Get off the boxes. I use these boxes. And you have to wait until the game says return to the boxing gym before you jump in this water. Because if you jump in that water before it says that, even if you've successfully taken that picture of the burning trophies, you fail the mission. I guess the thing hasn't fully projected onto the film. And it gets destroyed. Whereas it's not destroyed if we jump in the water after it says that. Lose all your momentum if you just touch the grass. But I'm making the skateboard go faster than the skateboard can technically go by glitching it right now, which is why the momentum is so important. Now we're going to do a pretty fun trick that I really love, that I want to actually start integrating into different parts of the run.
I could do it.
Who dressed you, Hopkins? That crazy hobo? Oh no! My shirt tore!
I just had that.
Okay, we wanna attack an adult with a stink bomb there. That guy knocked us off our bike. That's a little bit unfortunate, so we're not gonna be on our bike there. Because we got caught in our own stink bomb plume. And then what we want to do is we want to be busted by a prefect. Because if we're busted by a prefect, he's going to teleport us to bed. If we were busted by a cop, he would teleport us to the police department or the front of the school. Alright, so that was one busted warp. Teleports us to bed from a very far distance away from the school, so that was very cool.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Now we get another busted warp because this will take us to a mission. This is one of the few missions that getting busted will take you right to because it takes you to the principal's office. That's where the mission is. There you go, mission passed. Very good job. Now we're gonna pick up. We're gonna be risky here. We're gonna pick up some potato gun, but we're not going to pick up the firecrackers, hoping that somebody drops the firecrackers later. If they don't, we can spend the exact same 4 seconds that we would have spent getting them there from our chemistry set, going out of the way to pick them up. Thank you so much for killing Mufasa, Abby. It's always appreciated. He's been a thorn in my side since I've started trying to be the king of all lions. And also, how'd your stream go, Abby? I saw that you were streaming. It's good to see you back. And I went to the wrong town. Crap. Too busy talking to Abby. I scrubbed it up. Abby, like, auto-scrubs me. Let's play so hard and so well that that didn't matter. Good, our bike's there. One time, just one time this bike wasn't here. And that messed me up so badly. 0 views? That's too bad. But did you have fun? Were you playing a fun game? Killing off some foresters? So we parked that bike out of the way there. That way it doesn't despawn here. Because we want to be on our bike for this mission right here. If you ever played this game casually... I'm going to stop saying that.
Only if Russell gets to destroy.
The game wants you to ride the scooter. And the scooter is what we would call in the speedrunning business slow. You want to see that message follow Russell, which means that Russell has left the garage, and then you can just go. He's behind us right now. He'll pass us every now and then, and depending on our movements, we'll get ahead of him or behind him again. That's a lot of people there. This run has been not kind with its people spawns. They've been giving us a lot. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, so we're not going to take that big curve that Russell takes. And we're going to catch right back up to him. Yeah, this has got to be the longest bike ride in the game. I wish there was a way to get my Aquaberry Cruiser for it. That would be really nice. Because that would make it go just a little bit faster. Trying to think. I don't think grabbing the Aquaberry Cruiser would make this faster enough to go out of your way to get it. Although, alright, I pick up that spray paint as backup strats there. We're gonna have a point in the future where that spray paint is used if we're very low on health and at risk of dying.
Oh, that's got.
There's gotta be something around here. That's it. No more.
Alright, so I'm hoping one of these guys drops firecrackers. Because if they do, I don't have to, yes, this guy will. Did I get some? Did he not drop them? He just threw some without dropping them? Is he a jerk? Yeah, he's a jerk. He just had some and he didn't drop them. Oh, that guy had some. Good, good, good. So this way we don't lose any time in getting firecrackers.
The Red Star building.
What's this do?
Now that we have the
Ooh,
power
but if you get
restored,
affiliate, then you're going to stream a lot more.
the template.
That'd be cool. I feel like there was a point not too long ago, like just a year or maybe 2 years ago, where there were very, very, very clear avenues for becoming big on Twitch. And it's like, if you just do this and you're just at least this good, you can get the views. And I feel like those avenues have closed up. And some very, very good, very talented streamers who are better than some of the ones who were just well-timed. They're putting in the effort and they can't even make a dent. And then to that, I have no idea what to say if that's their goal. The only thing I can say is make sure you're playing games that are fun for you and you're doing something that you feel isn't a waste of time if nobody shows up. So like you playing Game of Thrones.
I don't think I can beat all of
What?
them.
It's in my pocket.
Jimmy, you'll see.
Do you want to try to figure out how to take my phone out of my pocket while I'm speedrunning without ruining me? No. Come, 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 come.
We don't like the poor kind around here.
Wow, those guys really nailed me with the bricks. No! That's like the worst thing you could do, knock me over and make me incapacitated. And then hit me in the face with a brick. Now drop your magic key. Where's the door? Where's the door? Oh my goodness. That did not go. Well, another thing you have to note is that summer viewership is way different. The kids are either out of school, there's people with completely different habits. This happens to me every year. Summer we get some really cool people, and summer we lose a lot of really cool people. And then when summer's over, we lose almost half. We lose all the cool people we got from summer, and some of those that we lost from the school year come back. So we're gonna. You don't take damage when you fall while on a skateboard, so that's what we do. We skip a huge chunk right there.
This is a beauty.
Using tools.
And all we're trying to do is get this guy to yellow health, and we actually do want to take damage ourselves. And I actually discovered a new strat for this area before. Before I used to get in a battle with him, but instead now I just take the damage, or even better, just juke him. That's faster than getting in, blocking that hit. And now what I do is I target his right arm, and I want to take damage here or not. It's funny that I say that. It's like, if I take enough damage, I can death warp, and if I take no damage, I'm in good shape for the rest of the game. So we went with the taking no damage. It's amazing how much or how little I control that. So if I'm in red health right now, I could blow myself up and I would death warp right to where the next mission starts. But being at high health, instead I'm going to go grab a really fast bike. The same bike that I brought into this area. So if you ever take the scooter, make sure you death warp. Because the scooter is not going to do you any favors in this mission. But I'm going to grab... No! Oh, there it is. I was going to say. Hey, and that guy even positioned it for me. That was really nice of him. And now we're going to bike here. And biking is... You can bike right here, which is a dirt road. Can't skateboard right there, so you'd have to take different route if you didn't have a bike. And the bike's going to offer us a lot of control through the next place that we have to go through, where we're going to want to stay on our vehicle, but we're going to want to stay on our vehicle through very tight quarters, through doorways. And it's easy to get bumped around on your skateboard. Abby, I have one rule in chat. One rule in chat. If you say BRB getting food, you have to say what the food is. And then I wait for him to say the word Jimmy, and then I'm out of there. He's still talking. He's still talking. There we go. He's done talking. Man. I haven't figured out the punishment. Hey, can anyone in chat help me figure this out? So my one rule in chat is if you say BRB food, you have to say what the food is.
Thanks, Jimmy.
But if I time out or ban somebody, well then we'll never hear what the food is. So what could my punishment be?
Hey, Jim, this is your turn.
Damn, they're locked.
Don't worry, Russell will get it.
Nope. People in chat have to sub. Well, Abby subbed.
Edgar, we'll take out the gang leader.
Abby was my first sub ever.
Gary's got nothing.
So you're saying subs are immune? We could do that. We could do subs are immune. Alright, I love this part of the game. The whole game, we've been tiptoeing around these grounds, trying not to run over people. Because if we do, we get the popo on us. And now, for the first time, if we run over somebody, ha, sucks to be them. They have to sub with the $10 sub, which has no emote.
Ernest, you nerd! What were you thinking?
You sub and you only get one emote.
Got a plan. A great plan.
So this is a boss rush. I love it. I love this that this
You don't get it.
this game has a boss rush. So we're gonna go to this boss first. We get to choose which order we want to do the bosses in. This boss we can beat very easily with the slingshot. The game gave him a little bit of an immunity. Yes, and we got bottle rockets. We got bottle rockets. People, you have no idea how big of a time save bottle rockets is. Unless I fail to use them properly. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. This fight right here is the hardest fight to do unless you have bottle rockets, and it's completely RNG as to whether you come into it with it, which we are. I'm really excited. This guy will take 3 very quick hits if things go right.
He's the thug. Don't worry, boys. I'll deal with him.
You're getting really tiresome, Darby. Cut it out.
Okay, we hit the wrong guy, which is going to cause problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's dead. We'll pick up that guy's soda, and we'll get out of here. Didn't save as much time as I was hoping. I think the first hit does a lot more if you do it right. But that definitely did save time. And we want to be at near full health going in this next one, because we are going to blow ourselves up. We're going to do AoE damage here, because in 3 of the 4 boss rushes, the lackeys, their allies, only take 1 hit. So you have one guy that has multiple hits. Or, yeah, you have one guy on multiple hits and 2 guys that have 1 hit. This is the one battle where you have 2 guys that have multiple hits. So we're gonna be doing AoE damage to try to be doing as much damage as possible. Stop hitting me. Pick up that soda. What do we have left? We still have bottle rockets left? Okay, I'm gonna leave the bat behind. I'm low on health here, but that shouldn't matter too much. Unless I take a big fall. We'll grab a soda in the next room. But we're gonna go fast. Let's go fast here. No! What did I just say? What speed did we want to go out there? What speed did we want to go out there? Stupid bike. Arrgh! Oh, I didn't get my bottle rockets out. We'll get them out right away.
It doesn't get any better than this.
So this guy should take 3 bottle rockets, which is exactly how many we have, but we also have potato cannon as well, so we can mix it up.
Shut up, Jimmy. You left us and everything went down the toilet.
And Moba found a skip for this the other day that isn't replicable. Stand up. Alright, I'm gonna grab both these sodas. Even though it's gonna cost me just a few seconds. Let's get out of here. Yeah, there he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. The guy who found a skip for that cutscene by having characters randomly in the background throw a stink bomb. Here's one of my favorite skips in the game. Crash. Round and round and round and round. Alright, so now we have about 2 minutes of cutscenes, so even though it looks like we're on pace to crush our PB, which we might actually be, we do have cutscenes here.
That was incredibly satisfying. Edgar, go help everyone calm down. I've got some business with Gary.
Understood. Good luck.
So in those 2 minutes...
Weapons are for prefects only. No! Get off my little body! Grrr! Grrr! Slow down so Russell can smash you!
Alright, there we go. While that was going on, I added Woe to my Franker Face C. I don't know how long it takes for that to activate, but you should be good, Speedbird.
Gary, you little bitch! Come out!
Unless I'm wrong.
James, I've been waiting. Let the games begin.
All right. I think it takes like 30 minutes. I'm not streaming 30 more minutes.
Gary, moron!
So we're going to try to save as much time as we can here. We have to do balance beams, but we can save some time on the balance beams by jumping to the middle of them. However, we also run the risk of jumping completely off the balance beam and falling to our death.
If you prove to me one thing this year, it's slow. You'll never catch me, Hopkins. You're too trusting, Jimmy. From the start, you were pathetically naive.
Dodge. All right.
Poor little
No!
Jimmy, all alone in big, scary bulwark.
So Abby is cooking a mystery food. So unknowingly, she gave us a hint. It is something that will be warm.
Just needing a friend, any friend. You were so
And if
easy
we
to
know
manipulate,
anything about
Jimmy.
Abby,
And
it's
once
that
we
she
were
likes
friends,
Thai
it was all
food.
so clear. You had
And so
your
I
lust
think
for
she's
power,
making
but without intelligence
pad
to
thai.
back it up,
Done.
using you as a
Nailed it.
pawn was so wonderfully
Also, we don't know
obvious.
anything about Abby, and I have no idea whether she likes Thai food or not.
Let him play his chop.
He's not really leaving himself many places to go.
Just wait for the right moment to swoop in. It was like lining up dominoes.
This is called bell skip.
Together so
Climb over there. You can skip a lot of stuff. I didn't think you did, to be honest. It was just the first word that popped in my head. All right, we're going to try to do something called grab locking here. We're going to keep grabbing him and then punching him. And if we do it right and the game's RNG plays nice with us, we're not going to have to do multiple cycles of this fight. We'll just have to do one. So we're going to keep him locked in this grab. Did it perfectly. Glad. Okay.
Smith, I heard the whole thing.
You could just be burning cold food to make you think you're eating warm food. It would still be warm if it was burnt. So, we see a time of 2:45:56. That is my PB in real time. However, this game is measured by in-game time, and different things affect the in-game time. So right now, we are looking for a time after the credits roll of 2:38:43 or faster. So, that's what we're hoping for. 2:38:43 or faster for a PB. It's possible we don't get it. It's possible we get it by exactly a minute and 16. We're going to find out. But this was a great run. This was a fun run. Mistakes were made on all chapters, which means we can save time on all chapters, which is great. I hate it when you have splits and just like one of the chapters, like, all we can do is fail here. All we can do is lose time here. It's possible I miss it by a second. It's possible this is not my best run. But we can definitely save time in Chapter 1 with a better Halloween and do better at the candidate. We can save time in Chapter 2 with a better the eggs and a better final mission. We can save 2 minutes in Chapter 3, I believe. Is that how much mistakes we made or no? We definitely made some mistakes on Jealous Johnny. Our bait was perfect. Our wrong part of town, we could have taken a little bit more damage. Tagging did not go well, but everything else went very well. So we could save just a little bit of time there. Chapter 4, we made about 2 minutes worth of errors, so we could save 2 minutes there. And Chapter 5, we can save time by not turning the wrong direction when Abby gives us a host and starts talking to us. So here are people's guesses. Here are the guesses. Feel free to guess what the time is that we're gonna get. Fun thing about this run that we're doing here on the PlayStation 3, the credits are a ton shorter. They're just a ton shorter, so we don't have to wait as long. But this was a ton of fun. I'm going to be going on vacation after this. I'll be back a week from Tuesday. And then after that, we have a month of Bully Solid until September 11th, which I believe is the deadline to submit this to GDQ. Although we might throw in Dive Kick. I might try to get Dive Kick into GDQ shape. I should try the torch glitch. So we were talking about that. I probably got interrupted, but there are some definite glitches that work with Stink Bomb and something else to do increased damage or to do longer taking damage. And if we can figure those out, I've been knocked out by being hit by Stink Bomb and a Firecracker at the same time, which is a thing. That's all it takes is Stink Bomb, Firecracker, same time kills you. So if we could figure out how to do that ourselves to bosses, and we could take them out with a Firecracker and a Stink Bomb in the first second of the boss fights, well, that's 5 minutes saved in the game right there. So, I know you're kind of joking around with telling me about this useless glitch, but it's along the avenue of finding some new glitches. Problem is, I don't think I have the time to find new glitches and to 2:37:11. So how much faster is that? What were we trying to beat? 2:38:14. So we saved a minute 30. Yeah, we saved a minute 30, but our splits only saved a minute 16. So there you go. That's the new PB. In case you're wondering, that is less than 3 minutes behind the world record, and we made 2 minutes of mistakes. We made 2 minutes of obvious mistakes, and then there's cleaning up the run itself. So there's easily 3 minutes of mistakes in here. So any run these days, probably not the D-Rust run from when I'm gone from a week and come back, but any run these days could be the world record. But that was awesome. Speedward, you came in the closest with